How's it going, everybody? This is your Astrology Horoscope for the weekend of August 24th and 25th, 2024. I'm astrologer Alex Skyles, and welcome to the Moon Base. Hope you guys are great and had a great week. It's good to be here with all of you. And of course, this moon coming into Taurus this weekend in its exalted position wants to feel comfortable. And of course, with Uranus, that electricity that has been pulsing with Uranus all year, really since the spring, is going to really heighten this week. And of course, Mercury making those three squares to Uranus has been very exhilarating and shocking at times as well. So I think now that we're in Virgo season and coming into this weekend with this moon in Taurus, it's going to make a great aspect to the sun. You know, we had that trine coming into today. So, there is this grounded energy that's coming in with Virgo season and Venus in Virgo, and now the moon exalted in a Venus ruled sign with Venus in an earth sign. So there is this nice grounded energy, and Venus coming off that square to Mars. So Venus can finally start to move forward. And of course, Venus will meet with Juno and Eros in the South Node. We're talking about extreme love party coming up here, and definitely people from the past showing up, past life connections starting to unfold, past life karma and relationships playing out here, and this is going into eclipse season. So the vibe's starting to shift. The vibe's starting to shift big time. And we can feel Pluto here, 0 degrees, 9 minutes. We are 7 days away from Pluto coming right back into Capricorn. And, we're going to see massive cultural shifts, massive geopolitical shifts. This is the final showdown, the final power grab, as we've been saying with this Pluto Capricorn. And we've seen some extreme events play out over these past 2 months. We've seen extreme shifts with that Mars-Uranus conjunction in July 15th, 16th. It was just like, once that hit, it was like we were just launched into a whole new dimension, a whole new reality. And I think, too, with all these mutable squares with Neptune and Mars and Jupiter and Saturn, it's like, fuck, like, what the fuck is going on? What is real? We don't even know. We don't really know what's going on, and things are not very clear at all. So this weekend is definitely a much more grounded weekend, because we haven't had much grounded energy at all with these mutable and fixed squares that we've been going through these past few weeks during Leo season. So Virgo season, yeah, there's still some, challenges. The sun will have to face Mars. The sun will have to face Jupiter. It's like an opposed Saturn and Neptune. Venus is about to oppose Neptune. So, that's how I felt about Virgo season. And when Venus came into Virgo, it's like there's a big cleanup. We're trying to clean up a lot of things. And it starts with our physical selves. It starts with our physical body. Virgo is Mercury ruled. So our environment, how we think, if we could change how we think, we can change our physical reality. That's Virgo, right? But if we can change how we think and change our physical reality, in conjunction with that, it's like we can, make subconscious shifts too of the things that are not physical, being the opposite of Virgo, Pisces. So I think this weekend it's much needed, especially on Saturday, because the moon will come into contact with Uranus as we go into Sunday. So once the moon does come into contact with Uranus, we'll start to feel the pulse again of Uranus start to kick in. And of course, the moon will square Pluto as we come into Saturday. But, at least the moon can make some positive aspects to the sun, and meet with Uranus, and then trine over to Venus. And the moon is exalted Taurus, and Taurus being Venus ruled. This is a good weekend. I feel good about this weekend. We've got through the weirdness with the mutable squares, the Mars-Jupiter conjunction, which was positive, but not easy, And we don't really have all that together yet. Mercury's been retrograde through that cycle. So when it comes direct, makes its final square to Uranus, and there's another awakening. It's like, okay, now I understand. Now I get it. And to me, that's what retrogrades are all about. It's more about, the understanding doesn't occur at the immediate moment, or the connection doesn't connect at the immediate moment. During a retrograde like this, especially with the personal planets. The outer planets, it's a little bit beyond that sort of thing. So, when this moon meets with Uranus, and right before that, it's going to trine Venus here, and that moon is going to pass where that new moon happened in Taurus, making good aspects. It will square Mercury retrograde, so there could be some energies or conversations that pop up, or some mental difficulties where we can get stuck this weekend. I think to break through that with this moon in Taurus squaring Mercury in Leo, it's like you got to express your mind creatively to help you get out of those fixed emotional states where it's like, I'm not going to move, don't tell me what to do. Like, I'm going to stay right here. It's like, well, we could just, we don't have to be stuck in this moment. Let's make a change and, change the scene. It's like, well, I don't want to, moon in Taurus squaring Leo planets with Mercury retrograde in Leo. Very much like that. But the moment you finally say, all right, like, let's have some fun, like, let's, create something cool, right? Let's, have a romantic evening. Like, it's like allowing yourself to break through that. And of course, Mars in Gemini needs that. It needs to constantly be stimulated with something new every fucking 2 seconds. So, especially with Jupiter, amplifying that energy. So, and then after that, little challenge with the moon and Mercury making this square. It's like this moon is finally like, yay, Venus and Virgo in its detriment, but this moon in Taurus in its ruler. Like, it's like we can really, Sunday could be a very chill day, right? A very comfortable day, a very grounding day, great day for just a fucking nice brunch, right? Or a fucking massage, or, making good financial plans, solidifying, getting financial things in order, right? So it's like, and right after this, this moon is going to conjunct with Uranus, so there can be some excitement, and this can amplify excitement in relationships, and kind of help break through the, more inward Virgo, Venus kind of thing, the timid, it's kind of like, come on, let's break out and, do something different. Let's try something different, I think with Venus coming on to this trine with Uranus and the moon in Taurus conjunct, being Venus ruled, it's like any risks this weekend, there could be a positive outcome. Now that Venus is off of these squares, these mutable squares, it will oppose Neptune. So if like you're trying to take a risk that you could get some sort of payout, or, go out on a whim, at least look at the details with Venus and Virgo and make sure that it is based in reality, because there is opportunity here. There is some financial opportunity. There's some romantic opportunity, some exciting romantic encounters that can really come out of nowhere. People you meet randomly, and it's just one of those instant connections, and it's definitely a spiritual thing too, with Venus getting ready to oppose Neptune. So there's a spiritual connection to any exciting things that are going to play out, or anything, that's trying to connect, in a very Aquarian way, where, people come together in groups and meetings, and, so this moon Uranus can be exciting this weekend with Venus here, and then the moon will sextile Neptune right after that. And so there's a dreamy, romantic, comfortable, grounded energy this weekend that we haven't had in a while. This is nice. This is very nice. But, on top of it all, like, we're moving into one of the most intense periods. And of course, July was incredibly intense. We knew that was coming with the Mars Uranus. We're about to move into Pluto back into Capricorn. We're about to move into eclipse season. So take this weekend to, we don't get energy like this all the time where it's okay. We get those moments where we can stop and smell the roses and take a deep breath, and just take our time. And this moon in Taurus, that's what it wants to do. That's why we love the moon in Taurus. And it's actually getting some support this weekend because Taurus planets have been going through it in Leo season, and Venus in Leo when it was there, and Mercury retrograde back to Leo. It's like Uranus is getting challenged big time. So, and this weekend, of course, when the moon does square Mercury, it's like not getting stuck, in that fixed Taurus Leo way. Allow that Mars Gemini to move the energy and just allow the ADD to take you where it wants to go sometimes with these fixed energies. And we got the Chariot this weekend. So it is. This is a Cancer card, Gemini too. Like there's a Gemini Cancer element where those two worlds meet, and it's like we are coming into a whole new phase here. And Virgo season, like the whole vibe has shifted, of course, and now we're off these mutable fixed squares. Jupiter and Saturn are still dealing with each other, and they're gonna be dealing with each other for a minute. So we're not fully done with that. And of course, Saturn retrograde, but it's like, looking at things from both sides, in this Chariot card, it's like, as we're coming into this new phase and this new territory that we haven't actually, we've been here with Pluto and Capricorn. So we kind of know, we already have a good idea, and we have a good, intuition about what is coming, what's playing out here, and I think to really keep it honest, it's like you have to be able to look at things from the dark and the light. And I think the Chariot card always represents that, but it also represents, like an increase of your own worth, your own value, and your own security. It's like, I have all the things that I need to get through this or get to the other side, and I have the knowledge as well. It's like we get to Gemini to Cancer. It's like, okay, I have the knowledge. Now I can create that secure foundation to actually be out in the world inspiring people, And I think the Chariot card too is so interesting because it's like there's a relationship between the Chariot card and the Magician card. It's like this evolved Magician card to me in a way where it's like, the Magician is like this hidden thing. You don't quite see it, but it's like when the Chariot arrives, it's like it's visible to the world, and the magic is visible to the world, and the magic can be shared, The Magician is more of where the individual is acquiring the skills and the knowledge. It's like the Chariot now can be secure enough to externalize it. So this is going to be a good weekend, and we're going to need this weekend for the intensity that's coming here over these next few weeks. So hope you guys have a great weekend. It's good to be here with all of you. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, say what's up, ask a question. If you want to book a reading, you can go to my booking website, which all the links are in the description of this video. And I'm going to be launching a whole new website. We've been working super hard. I have an intern here. He's been here since June, and he's helping me with both projects and companies that I'm building and growing. Over these next few months, I'm launching a super dope website that's going to have a lot of cool shit. So it's been a lot. We have a lot going on here. I haven't talked about anything really, but it's like I'm really trying to expand in a super dope way. And some really other interesting things with some other astrologers that some of you may know that we have brewing up, which is going to be super cool. So look out for that stuff sooner than later. So I'll see y'all on Monday. Have a good weekend. Peace out.